All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing, coming on back. I do appreciate it. Hey, make sure you do subscribe, right? Check it out wherever you get your podcast from. Share it around. Tell folks to tune in, listen, watch it. Whatever. It's on YouTube. I don't know how this is going to work out with the new setup here. I have a new camera set up, but I don't know how the audio is going to come across on YouTube, so we'll see. I was thinking of setting up, let me know what you think of this. I was thinking of setting up my own Cheaper Than Therapy Instagram page as opposed to dropping reels from, I was going to chop the podcast up and drop the reels on my page, but I figured, you know what, maybe I'll do my own page for people who don't want to see it, who just want to see the stand-up. So come see me live, by the way. I'm all over. I don't have that much to promote really, but this week, this Saturday night on the 11th, Saturday, May 11th, I am on Fox News, 10 p.m. Set your DVRs. Blocked, unfollowed. That's what I've been getting a lot of this week once I posted, especially Facebook. Facebook is just a fucking dumpster fire, isn't it, really? Just a bunch of people unfollow. Like, what do you mean? Why? But first of all, don't block me, by the way. Did you think I was going to chase after you to go watch my stuff? Right? Just leave. You don't. It's like I say this all the time. It's not a wedding. You don't have to announce when you're leaving. You just get your shit and you fuck off. You don't have to log in and go like, I better let him know I'm no longer going to be here anymore. Like you're missed. Can you imagine being that upset that somebody just went off and did a TV show that you don't like? So that just summons up that whole person. Imagine me not weak-minded. But anyway, are people on the right not allowed to laugh too? I'll be honest with you. Most people on the right have a better sense of humor than people on the left. Now, I'm not saying the left doesn't have a sense of humor to do, but politically, whenever I do fundraisers, I've done fundraisers for the left, I've done fundraisers for the right, and it's mainly the lads on the right are less sensitive. So I'll be on Fox News if you want to check it out. Also, the 17th, not the 17th, scratch that, reverse it. On the 18th and 19th of this month, I am at the Borgata Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Looking forward to it. I'm excited to go back down there. I do have a lot of other stuff along the way. You know, Comic Strip, Comedy Cellar, West Side, Gotham, a few in there too. I'm working on new stuff, so bear with me if you decide to come to one of my shows and it ain't going too well. New stuff. It's all been mixed up here. It's all been mixed up, and it's all new. It's all babies, and sometimes the babies just aren't ready to run. So, what did I want to talk about this week? I had some interesting topics, right? The first thing I want to talk briefly, which was social media has kind of coming against me now. Sorry, it's not letting me post certain things. Now, I posted something. It was a repost. It wasn't even mine. It was from Russell Brand. Love Russell Brand, right? Fellow Europeaner, fellow comedian, now recently baptized, Russell Brand, and he posted something. I just wanted to repost it, and it was very interesting. With the ICC, what they wanted to do now is, as of this week, they might be putting out warrants for what's his name, Yahoo, in Israel. For being a war criminal, for his genocide, not my words, their words, on the people of Palestine. Now, this is not me for or against it, but I just thought it was interesting that, so these are the same people that put these sanctions on Putin, and he's a war criminal, right? I don't think anyone's disagreeing with that. But now this guy, for what he's doing to the people of Palestine, is going to be a war criminal. But the thing is, Biden, Mr. Joe Biden, your president there, our president of America, I live here, I'm not one of those people, not my president. He's the president, sorry. And they might come after him because he's also assisted, he's given money, he's given aid. He might be also considered a war criminal, but already the US government has issued blocks against the warrants. So we probably won't see anything. As nobody gets caught for anything, do they, really, when you're over on that side of the fence? It's weird. I just think they do stuff over there that nobody is allowed. Like you, I mean, even you, I'm not talking about left versus right. I'm just saying they, as in the people in this administration, the Democrats, the left, notice I'm not saying liberals, have been working on that, have been able to get away with shit that you and I would never get away with. Like, I cannot post this video about what the repost of Russell Brand on Instagram, Facebook. They said, no, we can't because it goes against our guidelines. What guidelines? It is the news. The ICC may send a warrant out to Joe Biden, but that they wouldn't put it up. But that's fine. That's fine. But here's what I did think, like, the one thing that Joe Biden doesn't get credit for, and here I am again, giving credit to Joe Biden, which a lot of you people don't think I do, is he has brought protesters together, right? It used to be all you need is love, right? Now the new saying is, I've seen this video and I can post it and I will post it if you want it. It's protesters, pro-Israel over here, pro-Palestine over here, and they got their flags, and they're just, fuck you, go fuck yourself, oh, fucking Palestine, Israel, you're a fucking Jew, you're a fucking Muslim, and they're going back and forth. And then you got someone else holding with the American flag, the kids come with the American flag, which is, they're considered, you know, like far right because they want to protect their flag for their country, and that people call them, oh, they're just far right extremists for singing the national anthem. I didn't know that you're extremists for doing that. But anyway, all three groups are at college, UCLA I believe it was, and they're fucking just chatting their hey, death to America, fuck Palestine, fuck Israel, fuck USA, and they're all, the three groups are enemies. How are they going to solve this problem? But then they were all brought together. They all came together as one, and it was great to see that finally they found common ground, and it was, they all started chanting, fuck Joe Biden. Now, over here, the Palestine people are going, fuck Joe Biden. Israel people are going, fuck Joe Biden. And the US kids are going, fuck Joe Biden. I don't know if that looks good for the election for him this year with the young people with the votes. But again, I'm not getting involved in election talk right now. But you know what? It used to be all you need is love. That was the message, right? All you need is love was a great message. Now the one phrase that has brought us all together, brought these groups of hate together where you didn't think it could, would be fuck Joe Biden. So interesting. It's interesting times. So congratulations, Joe Biden. Joe Biden has been single-handedly being able to unite pro-Israel, pro-Palestine, pro-USA people who have been hating each other. They have now been united because of Joe Biden as they chant, fuck Joe Biden. So congratulations, Joe. You have brought peace to these hate-filled groups they amongst themselves. So great job, Joe. I love what you're doing. What did I want to talk about today? So here's what I really want to talk about today was, there's a new trend going around on the internet this week, and you may have seen it, you may not have seen it. And it's called Man versus Bear. Now, where it came from is it came from a feminist site on TikTok. I think there was a video of some feminist talking to her husband. I don't know where the question originated from. I think it was TikTok, but I have seen the question. The question was, they asked a bunch of women, and now everyone is jumping on the bandwagon, you know, like it's like a Stanley Cup. Every woman needs to have one. And the question was, would you rather be trapped in the woods, or would you rather be alone in the woods with a bear or a man? A man you didn't know. Let me try to be fair on this one. I don't want to set it up and, you know, and then all of a sudden it's you know, it's not fair. Would you rather be in the woods with a strange man you don't know, or a bear? And it's on feminist pages, by the way. So I am pro women, of course, but the feminist pages are just so funny because there's no logical thinking on the feminist page, right? So most of the women were going with, I'd rather be alone in the woods with a bear. You clearly don't understand how bears work, right? You clearly don't understand how bears work. Now, they feel they would be safer with a grizzly bear than they would be with a man they don't know. Now, a man you don't know. I'm around a lot of people I don't know. Are some of them criminals? Could be. Some of them could be murders. Not sure. But I'd still rather be alone with a known murderer than an actual grizzly bear. Grizzly bears grow up to be 15 feet tall, I believe, when they stand up. They have 5-inch claws. I believe £1,800 they can get £1,800. That's a big one. I have seen some feminists that are not necessarily £1,800, but getting up there. And I just think if it came down to old fisticuffs or even running away, I would gladly I'd be better off running from the man. That's just my opinion. What do I know? I don't have an opinion. I'm not a female. I don't have a uterus. Of course not. But here's what went down, right? So I found this thing about this other feminist, really strong feminist in her movement, and it is Lido's LinkedIn. Lido's LinkedIn. LEADOES LinkedIn. And she's a blue check mark, right? She's a blue check mark, so she must be important on the world. And she's a diehard. I was on her page, and she's a diehard feminist. And again, I wasn't mocking these people, all right, for their beliefs, because you know, I have a little girl. I have a daughter, right? I know females that I want them to feel safe, don't I? So, but here's the reason why. So she was asked when it was broken down. Why would you pick the bear? She gave a list of things. She gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reasons why women would pick the bear over men. Let's go through those. Let's be fair to the feminists about this. Reason number 1 why she would feel safer in the woods with a bear than a strange man. Reason number 1, a bear never called me a lesbian because I didn't want to go out with it. Right. Okay. First of all, let's just address science and nature. Bears can't talk, right? Do you think it's like Winnie the Pooh? Do you think all bears are Winnie the Pooh? Just walking around, red t-shirt, bottoms hanging out. Oh, buffer. I could do better with Winnie the Pooh impression. Come back to me later. That was kind of all. I've done better, trust me. I've never seen a talking bear apart from the Jamboree bears in Disney, right? They talk. Beulah. I used to date a Beulah. But anyway, that's reason number 1. So she's all like, listen, a bear never did that to me. Okay, there's a reason why. Bear never called you a lesbian. But you think if a bear can talk, that's his thing. That's what he's going to say. It's not like, hey guys, stop burning down our forests. Please, could you stop? You know what I mean? Could you stop saying we're the same as black bears? Stop. We're not all the same. Grizzlies, black bears, and polar bears, koala bears. You know what I mean? Is that what he's going to say? If a bear could talk, he's just going to walk into the woods and go, lesbian. It's not. Anyway, so that's reason number 1 why this lead feminist would not choose a bear, would choose a bear over a man. Reason number 2, a bear never catcalled me when I was with my child. Okay, what is catcalling, right? Catcalling, again, another talk now by the sounds of it, is we'll go construction worker. Are you still not impressed about the talking bear? Even if you walk down the street, the bear's going to go, nice tits, right? I don't know, right? If a bear said, if I walk by and the bear went, hey, nice ass, it's a fucking talking bear. I'm very impressed. And by the way, when you with your child, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't put the child in the scenario, by the way. You were in the woods alone, not with your kid, right? Because now you're changing the game. Because if you had the kid, you could just feed the kid to the bear if he gets mad and run away. Or you could give the kid to the strange man and run away, call for help. That's all I'm saying, right? You have options. So don't change the rules as you go along. Reason number 3 why this woman would rather be with a bear than a man. A bear never threatened to rape me when I didn't agree with it. Okay, that's fair. There's not a lot of... Now, my dog has humped my leg. Not this dog. He's fine. He doesn't have it. But I have had dogs in the past hump my leg. But there's not a lot of animals sleeping with people. There's a lot of people sleeping with animals. I was in Mexico once, right over the border, Tijuana. I could tell you a story about a woman and a donkey that would blow your mind. So there's plenty of people sleeping with animals. There's not a lot of history of animals sleeping with people. Okay? So the urge isn't there. I think the urge for a bear is more or less, I'm hungry, can I eat you, you bag of meat? Not as in, I'm so fucking horny right now, I want to just get on top of this woman. And it's just not there, right? And by the way, he's threatening to rape her? Like, if he didn't, hey, I don't want to go into that. That could get rough, and I don't want to make jokes that's going to upset people. That's not my goal. My goal, I'm already upsetting people by talking about this feminist stuff. The next reason why this woman would choose a bear over a man, it was like, a bear never cyber stalked me relentlessly. Loophole there. I noticed how you said cyber stalked, because if you go to the woods, a bear would fucking stalk you. They would sniff you out from up to 2 miles away. By the way, a bear can smell you up to 2 miles away, probably further if it's downwind. If you're on your period, that's even more dangerous, right? He would stalk you. He would stalk you till he found you and just gobbled you up. But I like what you did there. I like what you did about the cyber, because bears don't have thumbs. They don't have fingers. They don't have access to the internet. So that's not fair. Anyway. Next reason why this feminist would pick a bear over a man is a bear never sent me a non-consensual dick pic. Well, now let's get into that. First of all, I would like to see a bear's dick. I've never seen a bear's. As anybody here, without Googling, have you ever seen a bear's dick? There's not that many animals that we have seen their dicks, right? Let's be honest. We've all seen a dog, right? The red rocket. We've seen a horse, a donkey. Back to what I was just talking about earlier. Some of us have seen whales' dicks. I've never seen a bear's dick, and I would love an unsolicited dick pic from a bear. Just for science, I would love an unsolicited picture of a dick pic. And you're also leaving out the point that a bear doesn't have access to a cell phone, leaving out the opposable thumbs. When was the last time you were at Verizon? Walk in, pick a number. What are you here for? Sales or service today? I'm here for sales. I'm looking for a cell phone. We're busy there. There's a whole, this woman Goldilocks brought in 3 of her bears to put them on a family plan. Next reason why this feminist would not like to be alone, a man, rather, or she would, next point, let me start again because I want to make sure I get this right. The next reason this woman wants to be alone in the woods with a bear rather than a man is because a bear never refused to be a father to the bear cub I made with it. Well, now, we know what time we live in right now, right? We know what times we live in. We live in a time where people can identify as anything now. Right, you can identify with anything, and because of the new laws that was rewritten, Title 9, we now have to agree to these pronouns. So if your pronoun is now bear, I have to call you bear legally. Legally, I have to call you a bear now. Now, I'm not talking about a big fat gay man with a belly and a beard. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a legit grizzly bear. Now, this woman, being a feminist, is not that bright because she thinks we can cross species, cross reproduce, cross procreate with beasts. So she thinks not only is she not blown away by the fact that she said she wants to reproduce with a bear, or that you can reproduce with a bear, but he's just going to fuck off and leave her. He's a deadbeat bear. Bears don't do that. Bears don't get the woman pregnant and leave, and they just don't do that. Maybe the black bears do. I don't know. I've always seen mama black bears walk around with the cubs by themselves. That's all I'm saying. It's not racist. It's nature. It is nature. The next reason why this woman would rather be alone in the woods with a bear instead of a strange man is because a bear never told me it loved me and then threw me into the wardrobe. I like that she thought this out. So a bear never told her she loved her, right? Maybe that's what this is about. Because some people get too attached to animals. Like you dog people. You dog people are psychopaths. And I love my dog. I ain't a dog person. So I think, are there bear people now, right? You know what I mean? Like the bear never told you he loved you because he can't speak and he doesn't feel emotion like that. He doesn't feel love and connection. You are either a person who gives him food or you are indeed food. And threw you into a wardrobe is weird. Now, is that throw you into the wardrobe as in he just slammed you into the wardrobe? Is he upstairs with you, having intercourse with you, right? Because you're a couple, he loves you, and then his parents came home early, right? And all of a sudden, he just threw you into the wardrobe to hide you. Is that what happened? Like, hey, I'm home. How's it going? What's for dinner? Yeah, well, we went out. The porridge is a bit hot and cold, so I figured you know, it's all ready now. You want to come down for dinner? And he said, shh, just fucking stay in the wardrobe. Like, what level did he throw her into the wardrobe? That's what I need to know, you know? And the last reason why this feminist believes that she would rather be left alone in the woods with a bear as opposed to a strange man is might not be all men, but it's definitely not bears. I wrote it like that because she typed it out wrong. She obviously made a lot of typos because she was in a hurry to get her point across. So yeah, it might not be all men, but it's definitely not all bears. It's definitely not all bears. I don't think it's any bears, to be quite honest with you. None of the bears would do those things on the list for you. Also, right? It is no bears. Well, I would say it's 100% of no bears would do that. Okay? And it is not all men that would do all those things too. So my point across to you ladies is you are very scared of men is what you're saying. Okay? And I get that. Listen, serious talk for a second. Let me go back to my podcast here thing too, right? So I know what you're saying, but first of all, I'm not diminishing the purpose of this exercise, because that's what it is. It's an exercise. I understand your fear of men. I've said this before on podcasts before. Listen, I have a daughter. I understand. This week I took her to the DMV. She got her driver's permit. As I'm walking in, this little fucking Spanish guy, Long Island's full of them now, full of them. The driving is getting worse on Long Island because more and more Spanish people are coming here. I got nothing against Spanish people, but you have taken over the place of Asians. You are shitty drivers. And one guy was looking my daughter up and down. She's a teenager. And I just said to his fucking face right away, he goes, keep fucking walking, mate, or I'll break your jaw. I said that. I don't care. Am I overprotective? Yes, I am. So I get it. It ain't easy to be a woman, right? It ain't easy to be a woman in today's world. You have to go jogging. You have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to maybe have one headphone out. You have to worry about guys staring at you constantly at the gym. You have to worry about if I wear something. This is sexual. This is revealing. You should be able to wear what you want without having to be made feel uncomfortable on that. I get it. Feminists, I get it. This is not just for feminists. It's just for all women, but it's the feminists who are the one seems to push it. So let me go back to you, feminists. If you're so worried and concerned about the well-being of men being this evil, don't you understand now why we don't want them in the bathrooms with our daughters? Don't you understand now that we don't want a guy just to put on a dress and walk in and go, I'm just going to walk into the bathroom now where these little girls are getting changed because I legally can. Because of the rewriting of Title IX, I can now go to the gym and look at some girls that I like the look of. Like, I wonder what she's like naked. And I can now walk over, and it's not even the gym's policy anymore. I can sit in the changing room, just sit there and watch women change. I don't have to do anything. And if anybody says anything to me, I say, well, I identify as a woman. And the gym can't even say to me anymore, well, that's our policy. We don't do that here. You now legally have to because of the rewrite of Title IX. You're so scared of men. I get that, ladies, and you have every right to be too. But wouldn't you want a secure border, a more secure border now, right? So you're not letting people in who are not vetted. This is not an anti-immigration thing. I'm very, very pro-immigration, as I've said before. Check out that they don't have a history of rape and physical abuse. R.I.P. Lake and Riley. They found out that the hard way. So ladies, I am on your side, right? I am on your side. I do get it, right? We've had a little bit of laugh, a bit of joking about it. So I understand about it. But how about we get those bears that you're so fond of, put them at the border, right? Let's put them at the border, let them do what bears do best. So I don't think you would rather be in the woods, right? And I'm sorry you feel that way. And some of you are doing it just a virtual signal, and I get that too. But if you really want to protect women, you got an election coming up in November. And look at the value, the real value of Title IX and what it really, really means. And I'm sorry for you. Listen, I'm pro-bear. That's all I got to say. I'm pro-women too, so I'm sorry you feel that way. And I hope it gets better. I hope it gets safer for you, for all the women that we have in the world listening to this and around the world. But anyway, listen, sorry I got weird at the end there. But thanks for liking, subscribing and sharing and coming on back. I do appreciate you as always. I hope the sound came through on YouTube. If not, I'll have to fix new audio and that kind of stuff too. So anyway, as always, wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.